everyone, it's me, Natalie, and we haven't done one of these chit-chat videos in ages. And today I want to talk about HSP and bullying, since this is a video that I wanted to do for years and I haven't. HSP stands for highly sensitive person. This means that your nervous system is more sensitive and more open to agitation and overwhelm than the regular person's nervous system. It kind of gives you superpowers because your senses are more susceptible and more open to input, which means that you have a heightened sense of smell or feeling, and you're very sensitive to the input that comes in. And this kind of makes you strange in the eyes of others. It's very important to have highly sensitive people in society because as a natural selection, about 20% of the people on this planet are highly sensitive. And these are the people who will notice first that your house is on fire. And there has been a natural selection where nature said, okay, it's very necessary to have these highly sensitive people in society and existing. But since it's only 20%, it's not that likely to have another highly sensitive person in your kindergarten class as classmates. It's very rare to have 2 or 3 people like that in one class. You kind of are a big target for bullies. Because you seem a bit strange, it's very important as a child to have your experiences mirrored back from the other kids. So when you're highly sensitive, you're the first one to smell something, or you're the one to smell something more intensely. So if there are violets coming up in spring and you're like, do you smell that? Ah, it's so intense, it's so beautiful. And they're not mirroring back their same reaction to you. They're like, I don't smell anything, you're weird. That's hurtful. You're not getting the experience that, you're not getting the experience that you are like other children and you feel like you don't belong or you're an alien somehow. And this is where the first gap opens to being bullied, because you already feel alienated and weird. For the bully, you are an easy target and even a fun target, because your reactions, because you're so sensitive, are stronger and you cannot keep up that veneer as strongly as other kids can, and then you probably are the one to first start crying, and this is fun for somebody who wants to make you suffer. And there is sort of this rupture in the trust in humanity, because you kind of feel that everyone is out to get you, especially if you're the one who doesn't have any friends. If you're like the kind of outsider who's being bullied, it's very hard for you to trust in anybody, because there are certain stories behind that who will make it harder for you to trust others and find friends. I was pretty much an outsider. I was about 6 or 7 or something like that. I had to go to the ladies' room. It took me a bit longer than usually because I wasn't really fancying the class. So it took a little longer to wash my hands, get ready to get back to class. And so the teacher sent another girl to look for me and see if everything was okay. But the girl kind of talked to me in a very friendly way, yeah, no, the class is so boring and I want to stay here too and I totally get you. And we were talking for a bit, and then she was like, maybe we should head back to class. And as soon as we went back to class, she reported me to the teacher that I told her that her class was boring. And I felt so betrayed. And I was like, why are you doing this? Because sometimes there are moments where you don't feel as important or as valuable as others being an HSP. And one of my favorite stories that is something that I think almost happens to everyone who is HSP is playing hide and seek. And while you're the one who's very aware of the environment, you're probably somebody who finds some pretty legit hiding places. And the moment you find out that the children, the others, have already moved on to play another game without even noticing that you're missing, these are moments where you feel like you're not as much in the group or not as important as everybody else. And that experience can stay with you if you're not watching out and doing something for yourself. And I have assembled 3 steps that you can take in order to work with the experience that you have from bullying. Number 1 is finding the positive traits for your sensitivity. I personally feel very deeply, and I have experiences on a level of depth. And I have experiences on a level of depth that is very hard for others to experience. Other people need to take drugs or drink or get themselves kind of intoxicated to feel themselves the way I do, and to feel things and receive them in the way sensitive people do. That is one very, very positive trait that I wouldn't trade in for anything else. Second one, and very important, probably the most important one, is your self-worth. So you have to find reasons for yourself why you want to be friends with yourself. You have to find reasons why you like yourself and you're okay the way you are, which you are, even if society is blind to it. So I know that HSP isn't the hot deal to have in the eyes of society, but you need to find reasons why you are valuable as you are being an HSP and having the many traits that you have, that only you have, that make you worthy. The third thing is actually to enjoy your gift and to have a very, very, very delicious toolkit of self-care that is vital for HSP to thrive and to survive. This probably ties in with number 1, like knowing the positive traits of sensitivity. Number 3 is also to enjoy them. It's not enough to just know that they're there, but to also use them for your own experiences. You can enjoy self-care on a much deeper level. So taking a bath for you is probably much more relaxing than to the next person. The way aromatherapy and crystals and yoga works for you is so profound and deep that you are absolutely able to get much more out of it. And this is something that you can enjoy and should enjoy, and you deserve to do. Recap. 3 points. Find the positive and the gift within the sensitivity. Number 2, work on your self-worth. Know why you are valuable to have in this world, no matter how many friends you have or how your family situation is. But you want to be friends with yourself. Number 3 is enjoy the gift. And enjoy it in a way that is sustainable for you with your self-care. Okay, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will try to answer them for you. And thank you for listening, and talk to you soon.